make sure you guys check out our channel partner, Gamer Supps. Go to gamersupps.gg and use code ZAK for 10% off. Keto friendly, 0 cal, 0 sugar, 0 carbs. I drink it to keep myself going, to keep myself energized. Tonight, I'm finishing off the last. I do have some here. I actually mixed it right now. The last of the strawberry burst. But I also got to tell you that some of my other favorite flavors are like the blueberry, the blue raz, and dragon fruit, and also the melon. Honestly, I don't think there's any other flavors that I don't like. Check them out. Use code ZAK. Make sure you guys also pick up the freebies they have on there. They have some free samples you can also pick up. So when you're placing your order and you're using code ZAK for 10% off, you click on that extra little thing there for the extra sample packets for free. All right. We're going to get started right after this. There she is. Samsung Galaxy A52 5G. I'm purposely taking time here because I'm checking my levels. Okay, I think everything's good. Switch you guys over here. Hey, how you guys doing? Excuse me. Got something in my throat. I don't know what it is. How you guys doing? I'm doing good. My name is Zach. I'll be your awkward Canadian host for tonight. Thank you for being here. You could be anywhere else, but you're here with me. I appreciate it. Hey, before we get started here, I gotta let you guys know about StreamYard. Thank you to them for powering our live streams here at ZAKtalks TECH in beautiful 1080p. You can check them out as well, StreamYard.com. Link is down below. You can actually check them out for free if you want. And the beautiful thing about them is there's no software to install to stream with them. There's nothing to download, nothing like that. You pick a camera, you pick a microphone, and away you go. You can incorporate clips and overlays like you see here on tonight's stream. You can stream to multiple platforms. Like tonight we're on YouTube. And we're also on Twitter. But you can stream to like Facebook. You can do LinkedIn. All the business people on LinkedIn. Hello, business people. I'm one of you, by the way. And you can just check them out. It's easy, super easy. StreamYard.com. Check them out down below. Link is there. Thank you very much to them for taking care of us here at ZAKtalks TECH. Appreciate you guys. All right, see how I just did the transition there? With the, pretty cool, huh? We have the technology. We can do it. All right, something's up with my mic. The placement feels off. I don't know. Am I coming through clear? Am I coming through clear? I think I'm coming through clear. Oh, right. Guys, check it out. All right. So this is the intro part of the show. This is the intro right there. Galaxy A52 5G. This is right here is a fidget spinner. I have several fidget spinners. This is my favorite one. It's like all metal. Pretty cool. Anyway, people, I've spent just over 48 hours with the Galaxy A52 5G Samsung, and I gotta tell you, it's super. You guys know where I'm going with this, the whole super thing. But there are some caveats as usual. Some things you should be aware of. Nothing I would call red flags, but just be aware of the demographic and the niche that, the people that Samsung's trying to get this device in front of. Right? We're going to talk about that. We'll talk about other things. Whatever, right? The chat is live. Now, if you're new here, that right there's the intro. After we do the intro, we usually do a camera check. So, of course, we got camera 1. Camera 2 is the overhead. Hello, camera 2. Look at that. Glorious focusing. Boom. Boom. Camera 3 is the wide angle from Jomo. Hello. That's the behind scenes. What's he doing? I told you guys I'm cleaning up down here. See? Still no boxes. I cleaned it up. And camera 4. Hello. So camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, camera 4. If I could add more cameras, I would. I just might in the future. We'll see what happens. But after we do the camera check, then we go into the chat and we see who's here. We say hello to the people. So if you're playing this back, excuse me, if you're playing back the replay here, if you're not watching the live feed, make sure you guys use the chapter markers, the timestamps that are down in the description there, so you can get around to the sections and the information that you need. Otherwise, we're going to say hello to the live chat here and see who we have here tonight. Appreciate you guys coming through here on Thursday, August 19th, 2021. I appreciate you. All right, at the top here, we got Miles Tech. How you doing? And you guys can see here, I typed in, hey. That's on YouTube. And then here's some quotes. Here's some stuff from Twitter. So if you're on Twitter, I can highlight your chat too. El Jefe Reviews coming through with the link here. Buddy, I appreciate you. The ZAK.link/GamerSupps. Use code ZAK for 10% off. I appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, that's the custom link there. You can go to gamersupps.gg. It goes to the same place. But that link right there will put the code in right away for you. But just make sure you put that code in there. Make sure you guys are using, so you get the 10% off, and make sure you get like make sure you select for the free sample packet. So usually, if you click that off, if you click that for the free sample things with your order, they'll throw in a bunch of different flavors for you. So, yeah. Oh, this is one of my favorites right here, Blue Raz. Oh, so good. This is a perfect portion right here. So if you have, your own shaker, or you can get one of theirs. That right there's perfect portions right there. And they're little bitty scoops. It's not a whole bunch of stuff. And it dissolves. I got to point out that dissolving thing because, some of these things don't dissolve. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so good. So good. Oh, my gosh. All right. Unnamed review guy. How you doing? Glad you're here. Who else do we have here? We also have Don Coven coming in from... Don Coven coming in here from BC. Y'all need to get some GamerSupps. These are 100% legit. I usually run fast from 0-calorie drinks, but these really does good. It tastes good. Hey, man. I'm sure they appreciate the endorsement, but it's true, man. They all taste good. Andy Wong coming in from Hong Kong. By the way, if you're looking to the chat replay, you're placing Don's name in green. That means he's a channel member. You can also become a channel member by clicking the join button down below there on YouTube. It's completely optional. You do not have to, but it is a way to support the channel here, support myself here, and all the people that work here. There's a ton of us. It's just me. It's an additional way to support the channel. Of course, you get your name highlighted there, the badges, the custom emojis. You can use the chat, both live chat and also in the comments sections here on ZAKtalks TECH. So check that out. Thank you, Don. Appreciate your support. Andy Wong coming in from Hong Kong. Snowman Can, how you doing? I didn't miss you, buddy. I'm just scrolling all over here. Audio is fine, bro. Stay on target. Yeah. You like that shirt, hey? Jason's got the one with the bigger writing on it. Not me. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. I'm going to go on a rant at the end. I'm not going to do it now. We'll do it at the end. But yeah, there's some of the, it doesn't show up properly here, but there's some of the emojis. And we got Wiley here, repping from Hamilton, Ontario. Hey, Hamilton. Yeah. Do you guys have the Tie Cats out there still, don't you? Do they still exist? The Hamilton Tie Cats? Or no, are they called Rough Ride? No, what are they called now? What's your CFL team called? Or did they move? I'm sorry. It's been a long time since I've been in Hamilton. It's been a long time. Awesome town, awesome people. I'll say this: I've only been to Ontario a handful of times, but the few times I've been to Ontario, when I did have to go to Hamilton for different things, different conferences, whatever, the people in Hamilton particularly, I felt were a little more friendly. It's not like I was walking around saying hi, I'm a tourist, but I just felt like they were. So hey, hello, Tie Cats. There you go. Yeah, but my Stampeders are still better. I don't know. How many teams do we have in the CFL? 8? I'm looking around for my Stampeders hat and I can't find it. Anyway, Big Wreck. If you got Canadian boys here, should know this. Come on, Wiley. You know who this is. Big Wreck. You know who they are. That song. Anyway, people. That's the chat. Hey, we got 16 of you here. All 13 from YouTube. Got a few on Twitter. Appreciate you guys coming through. All right. Changed all the names to Rough Riders to save cost. Now, there's a point where there was 2 teams in the CFL, both called Rough Riders. That's fun times. Anyway, hey, so people, gonna switch cameras here real quick. Galaxy A52 5G sent to me. This is a review unit from Samsung. I do have to send it back, but again, I appreciate Sammy sending it out to me. That means they consider me media, which is pretty cool. That's how you're supposed to do it. That's how it works. I'm just saying. Just saying. There's things out there called marketing. You might be part of the marketing. This has been a lot of fun. And I talked a little bit about this on Tuesday, which is this totally gave me like Galaxy S20 FE. Remember the FE last year, guys? Remember the FE, how the FE dropped like out of nowhere? Samsung dropped the FE with like 6 different colors and all these awesome specs and everything. They had the BTS integration there and everything like that. And it's still an awesome phone today. This right here, total S20 FE vibes. So I'm just saying right now, if Samsung's planning an S21 FE, which they would be insane not to, I really hope they do because that thing shook things up. This right here is like a total preview. I really think this thing's a total preview. Can you guys see it over there? I have the black color. Now here in Canada, we only get one color. In the United States, you guys get some other colors. But hey, black phones, that's safe. Everybody likes it. You got 4 camera setups on there. You got a main shooter at 64 megapixels. There's a wide, there's a macro, and also a depth sensor on there. The back is a plastic. You got kind of a glass metal. Sorry, you got glass on the front here. 120 hertz refresh. Metal railings. Like, it's got a good weight. I talked about this on Tuesday as well. It's just got a good solid feel to it. You know, it feels and it looks really good. I mean, I imagine most people in this demographic for this device are probably going to put a case on it. Now, I believe the retail costing right now of that device is around $500, but if you trade in device, you can probably get that down significantly as well. Definitely check out the Samsung website for that, or through your different carriers. So it is priced very competitively considering what is in there. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about, we're not going to go into the specs. Like, we did a lot of spec stuff the other day, but I want to tell you guys about the last 48 hours. So the last 48 hours have gone a little bit like this. I've loaded up my social medias on here. I've got 4 different emails coming here. I've got, let's keep this thing spinning, hey? Let's keep that thing going. I've got, I wish I had another one. They're all upstairs. I got everything running here. Like, I have my SIM card in here. I'm doing my things with this, okay? You know, I'm taking photos and whatever. And we're gonna go through pictures tonight, obviously. We're gonna go through some pictures and everything, because that's where some of those caveats come in. They're not red flags. So don't be, oh my god, is there, no. Just be aware with a device like this, you know, where there's certain things are cut, certain materials are used. Obviously, it doesn't have the, you know, the top processor. It's not their flagship device, but it still is a Galaxy device, though. Galaxy A52. Okay. It charges super fast too. USB Type-C. You guys can see in the bottom there. The speakers on it are really good too. I watched a ton of videos on this today. Really, really good. Really, really good. All right. I love that hat. There you go. Appreciate you, Don. Appreciate you. Just like the streams to come here. Just likes streams to come. What? Just like streams. Anyway, I'm glad you're here, Septian. Also, great to hear another Samsung device. Yeah, man. Samsung's like they release stuff every month, man. They always pushing out the newest stuff. It's great. We got Ace Rocks Tech in here as well. Glad you're here. And G Noises. He says he's tired. I imagine it is. I know Geonosis is in the Kelowna, BC, where there's still forest fires going on. Hopefully you're getting the rain out there. We just got rain all day today. It's kind of a dreary day, but that's okay. It's okay, because I have things to look forward to. Getting fiber installed tomorrow. Fiber, like real fiber. Not like fiber to a pedestal and then coax. Shaw. Like real fiber, like right to the house. Fiber to the house. I can't wait. Hopefully I'll be able to take pictures of the guy doing the install. I want to see what the fiber looks like. I know what fiber looks like. I want to see what it looks like. Anyway, I'm going to bring up here, folks. I'm going to bring up some camera samples. Okay? Actually, you know, before we do that, I told you we weren't going to do this, but we're going to do it anyway. You betrayed us, Zach. We're going to do this really quick. You guys know I love this website. And I've zoomed it in for the people that want the zoom in. Okay. GSM Arena. We're going to rip through the specs here real quick, just as a reminder, and for anybody that didn't see the stream the other day. 6.5-inch screen there. Go ahead and put it on the screen here. 6.5 inches. It is a 1080 panel. Main shooter is 64 megapixel. 6 or 8 gigabytes of RAM. Snapdragon 755G. 4500 milliamp battery. Like, really impressive, okay? 189 grams. We've got a single nano. By the way, I pointed this out on Twitter. Expandable storage. Expandable storage. You can put up to a 1 terabyte SD card in there, which, like, you don't see that every day, right? How many times have we seen devices come up? You're like, how come there's no expandable storage? Like, people don't want to be using the cloud all the time. They may not have access to data. They may not even have access to, like, Wi-Fi, right? So if you have a SIM card full of your music and pictures and movies and whatever, right? You want to be able to access that. You can put a SIM card in. You can put up to 1 terabyte in there. Amazing. Awesome stuff. Super AMOLED, 120 hertz, like I said, 120 hertz, high refresh, 6.5 inches, like I said, 1080 by 2400, Corning glass, Gorilla Glass 5. So on the front here, you got glass, but this is a plastic on the back here. But it doesn't feel, it almost feels like metallic, and I think it's because of the finish they put on there. It's like, it gets very cool to the touch. It's very satisfying. And by the way, I talked about this before. People, matte finish. You see, there's no gloss on here. The only gloss is on the edges. Matte finish, all the things, all colors on everything. I don't care what demographic of device you are. Matte colors. We love it. Septian says, I follow you on Instagram, Zach. I see your posts. Buddy, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Hell, Heffy knows A52 is legit. Don't sleep on it. I think we're so used to seeing like flagship. The mid-range market is exciting. You look at price point for value, it's amazing what's happened just like even like the last couple of years. It's crazy. Android 11, of course, that'll probably be upgraded to 12 eventually. One UI 3.1, which is amazing. It's amazing how far Samsung has come with their overlay. Like originally it was like Samsung Experience, and it was called Touch. I think it was TouchWiz in the Samsung Experience, and they call it One UI. I think that's progression. If you guys remember TouchWiz, sorry Samsung, you know as well as I do. TouchWiz was no one liked TouchWiz. Oh man, when they talk about like things slowing down devices, that was one of the things. 128 gigabytes of storage or 6 gigabytes RAM, but there's also a 256 or 8 gigabytes depending on what you go with. Most places are going to carry the 128 because it's the most cost effective there. And again, for the cameras, guys, 64 megapixel main shooter, ultra wide comes at 12, macro at 5, depth at 5. Now I have not tested the macro, but I have done some depth or like portrait photos. So I will be continuing my testing after, tonight going forward, and trying out the macro and whatnot. And that will come with the review of this device. It'll be a video, not a stream, on Sunday, people. I'll be dropping that on Sunday, okay? Features, LED flash, panorama, okay, same stuff. Video, 4K 30, 1080p, 3060, okay? By the way, it's worth noting that main shooter has optical image stabilization, okay? Selfie comes at a 32, the video 4K 30, 1080p, 30 frames per second. Stereo speakers, like I said, the speakers are really good. Like they got some depth to them. They feel good. It has a headphone jack, people. For my headphone jack people. Boom. Look at that. Soak that in. Look at that hole. It's not that kind of show, folks, but hey. Headphone jack. Love it. All right, continuing through. In-display fingerprint sensor. Of course, you can use, you can use the facial unlock. I'll show you guys that as well. The fingerprint sensor is an optical. I'm finding it a little bit slower than what I'm used to, but it's not bad. Like you guys will see here. I think I demoed that to you guys on Tuesday as well. And of course, 4,500 milliamp battery. Fast charging, 25 watt. So you can go to 50% in 30 minutes. And yes, it comes with the charging brick, the power adapter, and the cable in the box. You get both the brick, power adapter, and the cable in the box. And now in the United States, you guys can get it in black, white, violet, or blue. Awesome black, awesome white, awesome violet, awesome blue. And there you go. Boom. I'm gonna zoom my screen back out. All right, people. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat here, and then I'll take you guys to some photos and things like that. I told you guys I was on Tuesday, but I went to an unbelievable location yesterday to take some photos and everything. And I'll tell you guys about it when we get to the photos, okay? If you follow me on the gram and everything, and you're here on Tuesday, then you already know. You already know. Dun, 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 dun. Just saying. It was awesome. All right, what are you guys saying here? Stephanie says, I feel like Samsung doesn't even try at this point. They could vomit mid-range phones. Dude, they practically do. It's awesome. I think it's great. I think it's awesome. Mark Sequence in the house. How you doing? Where are you there? There you are, buddy. How you doing? Glad you're here. All right. I don't think I missed any of the questions. Oh, Don says, TouchWiz is why I stopped buying Samsung phones. Why are you here? Just Don, they don't use it anymore, man. Don't worry. Septon says, 17 years ago, mid-range was Nexus 5. Now things have changed drastically. Dude, it's crazy. Like, I had a lot of traditional flip phones, and I think my first smartphone was a BlackBerry. I had a BlackBerry, then another BlackBerry. Then my first Android was the HTC Desire HD. And then I went from that to the Nexus 4. I had the Nexus 5, Nexus 5X. I was always a Nexus person for a long time. And then it was after the 5X. Actually, it was after the Nexus 6P, before the first Pixel. I think I got one of my very first Samsungs. And then I've bounced back and forth between Samsungs and basically Pixel or Nexus devices, right? So that's kind of where I've been. I've dabbled with LG, Huawei. I've had OnePlus on here. So yeah, it's crazy, man. Juno says, TouchWiz has long passed ever since One UI. Sammy collab with Google software engineers to optimize performance. The peeps responsible for stock Android were involved. Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of funny when people say, oh, Samsungs are so slow after a year or so. No, dude. Those days are long over. That hasn't happened for a long time. That hasn't for a long time, right? And any device, even an iPhone, is going to slow down over time. So you can always use your Samsung backup, shoot that to the cloud, do a factory reset, re-download that, away you go. Pretty simple. Follow on the gram. Thanks, buddy. LFA coming here with the links, buddy. I'm going to give you one of these.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you. It all goes down on the gram. I don't know what happened with my Instagram lately. Like in the last 7 or 8 months, I've just been consistently every 2 or 3 days, if not every day. At least, it seems like it's almost every 2 days. I've been posting consistently just picture or collections of pictures. I don't do a lot of stories on there. I don't do the reels a lot here and there. But as long as I'm posting pictures and like 3 or 4 kind of things, so it keeps people on longer, so they scroll through the photos, because they measure stuff like that. And I want to say my Instagram is blowing up, but it's doing really well, and I'm getting like real followers, not people that, not like fake accounts and stuff like that. So it's been pretty good. In fact, I have a collab coming up with a brand, and it's a direct result from them seeing my Instagram, and then they found my YouTube channel. And I hinted at this with you guys on Tuesday. I'm just saying, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. So you're gonna want to be here for that. I can't say anything else. I can't say anything else till it's signed. Yes, Septine, that's what we're saying, dude. All right, let's go into the photos here, real quick. All right, people. So I think it was on Tuesday, I showed you guys these few pictures here that I took with the device. Obviously, the pictures of the device were not taken with the device, but pictures like here with my wife with this mug were taken with the device. And then yesterday morning, son was playing some video. He's playing Fortnite here, and then I used the so that's just a regular mode, and then this is the portrait mode. And that was just light coming in here. This is a west-facing window. And again, I talked to you guys about this before. I always look for things like with the hairline. So got the hairline perfect on him here. And all the detailing around here. You can see a little bit ghosting right here. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Because again, if you zoom this out, it's kind of good for socials or whatever, right? So we took a trip. It was just me and my son on yesterday. We took a trip to, I got to tell you guys about this. Do you guys have any? I'm sure some of you seen this. Do you guys remember the first Superman movie? The first Superman movie, the one from 1978 with Christopher Reeve. You had Gene Hackman in there playing Lex Luthor. The Superman movie, first Superman movie, 1978. Many of the scenes of the first Superman movie were filmed in Calgary, where I am, and southern Alberta, so south of Calgary. Particularly, like the first hour, 45 minutes or hour of the movie, were like young Clark Kent, Kal-El, real name. You know, the part where he's racing the train and he's up on the farm there, and the funeral scene with his father, stepfather, Jonathan Kent there. That's all like filmed rural Alberta. And I've always meant to drive around these locations and everything because I love that movie. It's like one of the very first superhero movies I ever saw as a kid. Awesome. So we drove out to the Kent family farm, or the Superman farm, or the location where the farm that they used. And it was pretty cool. Pretty cool to see. To see all that. So, for comparison here, I'm going to bring up... Where is it? All right. I'll show you guys this here real quick. So, for comparison, I want you guys to keep this in mind. Here's a screenshot from the movie. This is just after Clark Kent races the car of kids, or the train and everything. And he gets home... just as the kids are bullying him, kind of go around the corner, like, yeah, he's a weird one. And he's walking up, and Jonathan Kent, his father, is like, hey, you know, he's showing off a little bit there, aren't you? And he's walking up here. So keep in mind this farm here, or this barn here with the white and the house here. Keep those in mind, and you got the road right here. Okay, keep those in mind. Let's go over here. So we took a drive. And just for starters here, I want to show you guys some pictures. My son took these pictures in the car. These are pictures taken by a 9-year-old. He was just playing around in the backseat of a moving vehicle, taking pictures of things. You know, just like anybody else would, using the auto mode. Okay? Not too crazy about the selfie there. That'll haunt your nightmares. No, I'm just kidding. So he took some pictures on the way out. You can see from the back seat here as we're driving out. Pretty good. Right. Just going to kind of scroll through these pretty quick. Yeah, I mean, obviously you're going to have some blurring of the road here, but off in the distance you're pretty good, right? And then we got to the farm. I'm just going to scroll up here. Remember I told you guys to say, so again, just to remind your brain, there. All right. Brain's locked in. All right. And then boom. Amazing. Like literally on the side of the road. It was a dirt road. And so these pictures were all taken with the A52. So we're just going to quickly kind of scroll through them. Now, this is the ultra wide. Now, it is private property. You're not supposed to go onto people's private property. Nobody lives in the house anymore. The land is basically used for farming, whatever. You can see the bushes have all crowded over here. If we go back to the thing from the movie here, see this building right here, this other secondary barn here? You can see how the bushes have grown over it here. Kind of a shame because I couldn't take a picture straight on. I had to do it from an angle here. But nobody lives on it. It's obviously privately owned. You will find pictures online of people that have actually gone up to the house and everything. But there's actually people that live directly next door. I'm not sure if they're the owners or not. But you don't trespass on other people's land. I'm just saying. Like, I was really surprised to actually come across photos like that of people that actually went onto the land. So that gives me a chance to try out the zooming features, right? So this is regular angle, right? And again, using full auto mode, you guys know that I don't typically go into the pro mode. I typically treat my camera samples just like anybody else would. You know, pull out the phone, unlock, launch the camera app, tap the focus, take the picture, right? There you go, Seppian. A52, 500 on Amazon. There you go, buddy. Hey, Digital Slang's in here. How you doing, buddy? I'm glad you're here. Now this right here is a gate. There used to be a road right here. A lot of people mistaken this road right here where there used to be a road. They mistaken it for this one right here when actually that gate is more over here to the right. So you may come across photos like that online. This is from the other side. So I was trying to get a picture of the house again, and I think I did some zooming in. Yes, I did do some zooming in. So that's that'll be the wide regular 2x. I think this is 5, and I took this twice. Yeah, that actually, so that might be 10 actually right there. Again, this is just an ultra from the road there, ultra wide. And I thought the pictures came out well. It was a little bit overcast. We still have some of the smoke in the air, but you can see some of the blues coming through. It looks very natural. This is exactly how it looks out there. This, everything's nice and green. Septine's asking A52 or Asus Zenfone 8. I wish I could answer that for you, dude. But I can't because I've never used the Asus Zenfone 8. I'm sorry. Can you continue through here? So again, there's right there, and here's the location. Pretty wild, right? Pretty cool. We're gonna travel down to the school. You guys remember the scene where he kicks the football? It's just before this scene right here. He kicks the football into like outer space practically. And we're going to go to that school. It's actually an actual working school. We're going to probably check that out this weekend. Continuing on. Now you can see here in the movie, they painted the windows here like this nice white. And unfortunately, like if you look at the state, let me actually zoom this in. You can see some of the detail coming through there. Really nice. Unfortunately, a lot of the shingles have started falling off. Like, this barn's ready to fall over. It really is. It's unfortunate that it's kind of in this state, but to be realistic, the people in this area, they're farmers, they're ranchers. They look at it as land, right? There's no real sentimental, unfortunately. But pretty cool, right? My understanding, I read some stories. Apparently, they renovated the inside of the house for the owners that owned it back in 1978. So they had like a brand new house after, but they did that so they could do the interior scenes and everything like that to make it look really nice. And of course, you guys remember the scenes with Clark where he found the crystal, and then he went north and through the crystal, and it became the Fortress of Solitude. Pretty cool stuff. Another cool ultra. This is using the ultra wide. I love ultra-wide photos like this. I have like a leading line with a fence. I love doing this. I literally just kind of propped it on the fence there and took that photo. Pretty cool. But yeah, I took lots of it was really cool seeing this. If you guys ever get out here, another look at the house, a little bit closer. You can see the shingles. Let's zoom in here a little bit. You can see the shingles are falling off, just like there's nobody in there. I've seen other pictures online of people that have actually gone up there. Again, don't trespass on people's land. Please don't. And then I did take some video. I'm not going to play the video for you guys because it doesn't translate well for a stream, okay? And then I took these pictures of the device with a different phone. I took these with my Galaxy S21. And then this is directly looking across the road. So later on in the movie, you see Clark standing in the field saying to his mom, I'm going to go north. It's in one of these fields that he was standing, right? And I did use some of the zoom in. Now, you see these little buildings right here. You can see the mountains just in the background here. See this white building right here? We're going to zoom in it. I think that was 2. We got 5. And then I think I didn't do a 10. Unfortunately, you lose some detail, obviously. You guys can see the road. So Clark came running down from this way here. Stop right here. His dad was like, hey, showing off there a little bit. My son was pretty pumped because Superman is one of the characters you can get, one of the skins you can get in Fortnite right now. So he thought it was pretty cool. He's watched the movie with me. He's got a headphone jack. Yes, sir. Picture of my cat. That's Loki. He's eating tonight. I just took a picture of him. All right. Selfie mode. This is just regular auto. Now, you guys know that when I do these selfie photos, I'm always looking for blurring around my glasses, specifically when I'm taking the portrait mode. Because sometimes the portrait mode... I'm going to zoom this in for you guys. Sometimes the portrait mode blurs this out. Now, this is just a regular mode here. So, pretty good. Not a good-looking model, but a good photo. There's our coffee maker. So, here is a portrait mode photo. And as you can see here, there is no blurring around the glasses. Like, it caught the edges here. So that's a really good sign. That's a really good sign. Right? Let's zoom that back out. Okay. But when I turned my head, again, this is one of those caveats. Not a big deal. When I turned my head, the blurriness did happen on the edges of my glasses here, and I've had this happen with $1,000 devices. I've had it happen with $200 devices. I've had it happen, you know, here it is with a $500 device. Sometimes that portrait software, depending on the device and everything, won't always catch that. So just be aware of that. Again, if I were to zoom it out, I think you could post this to social without noticing too much. But again, once I turn my head straight on, no problem at all. But I've even had issues that way. So just be aware of that. Not a big deal. It's not a red flag or anything like that. But yeah, pretty cool. That was today's thumbnail. You guys saw that. Actually, I think it was a different picture from my other phone I used. Special thanks to El Jefe Reviews for helping me with the thumbnail, man. Appreciate you. But yeah, just a little piece of, as they call, movie history. A little piece of movie history. Cinema history. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. All right, let's go through the chat here. We'll talk about some of the other caveats as well. Just little things I've found here in the last couple of days. Again, nothing I would call red flag, but just to be aware of. I mean, just so you know what you're getting into, right? And just so you know, you can make that decision for yourself, right? Yeah, it hasn't been too easy. Don, when I went east of Calgary to take pictures and everything with the moment lenses and everything, fields are dry. What's supposed to be nice and yellow, like the canola and everything, is just dead. But south of Calgary, it's a lot better. It's a lot better. They've gotten a lot more rain, which is good. Headphone jack, yep. Oh, everybody, hydrate. Time to hydrate. Oh yeah, some good stuff right there. All right. LFA says he's chilling, testing in-ear monitors, same old. Jeff's the man when it comes to headphone reviews. I wouldn't trust anybody else. Well, that's not true. I trust like Board at Work and GameSkey and Jeff and Digital Slang. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. You guys know I love you. You know I trust you. Vintage. Yeah, cool, man. Yeah. Actually, it's kind of funny. My wedding photos we actually took on an old farm like this. So, I mean, one of these days I'll show you guys. But the background is like that old kind of like, old weathered wood and everything like that. So, yeah, looks good. Looks good. Yeah, Bob Grant says, it looks just like Kansas. Yeah, and that's kind of the idea. I don't know what I've read a couple of different stories, but basically the producers or the directors, I can't remember who it was, the people behind were in southern Alberta and they were driving through and they're like, this looks great. Now, with Hollywood, when it comes to Hollywood and things like that, there are huge tax breaks and whatever to come up to Canada to film. If you guys didn't know this, the majority of, for example, the X-Files were filmed in Vancouver. There's tons of shows that are filmed in Vancouver. I think like The Flash is filmed out there, Supergirl, stuff like that, Superwoman, stuff like that is all filmed up there. Plus, when you think about like, if your dollar is going to go a lot further as well, right? Like add 30%. So if you got $1 American, that's like $1.35 Canadian, right? So huge breaks there. Did you guys know? You guys know the video game Last of Us, right? Last of Us. They are filming the HBO show here in Calgary. Last of Us. The show. I can't remember what it's called. It's really popular. It's on FX. And there's a lot of shows that are filmed around here. We got a big. I mean, I don't know if I would call it big, but it's growing, very, very steadily growing. Filming scene around Alberta and everything. I've never been an extra in anything. Maybe they'll take me now. I could pull for. Let's see. Sepsian says, it doesn't look like Kansas. Zach, you look like you should be calling 2 stone tablets. Man, you're awesome. By the way, Dennis Carlson, I know he comes through the chat sometimes. Den, if you're watching like the replay or anything like that, all the links, everything that you put into my chat last week or into the comments sections got filtered out by YouTube, and I could see the comments. I could see the comments for the links for the articles you're linking about Samsung, and about the quote unquote cancellation of the Note and everything. I could see them on my mobile app, but I couldn't see them online, and I don't know how to get them back. It's just something that I guess something in the filters there. So Don says, yeah, tons of filming in BC. Hallmark turns around downtown Abbotsford into Christmas every other week through the spring and summer. Yeah, there you go. Right? Got to get that Hallmark channel. All right, people. So other caveats. I'm going to show you guys this actually. Never mind the dirty screen. So you can tap this to wake up, like I just did there with the thumb. And then you can push on the fingerprint thing and unlock it. You can push the button on the side here and wake it up. And then unlock it. You can... Hopefully I can show you guys this. Hopefully the face unlock works. Oh. Hold on. There we go. Face unlock had some problems. So you guys kind of saw, like, if you kind of compare it to some of the flagships out there, the fingerprint sensor, it is an optical. I find it to be a tad slow. I don't know if you have to do a constant push though. I don't know if I can do a tap. Okay, so I can do a tap. So let's just do that again. Sorry about the reflections there, everybody. Let's just do a tap. Okay. So it may seem a little bit slow because I know that most people are used to like putting their thumb until it unlocks. And you can do that, right? With the face unlock, you can set it up so that as soon as you look at it, it unlocks, or you can look at it and then swipe kind of like an iPhone. I'm finding the ringing volume, which is really weird. I'm finding the ring volume on it to be really low. I have everything maximized, and it's really weird because the speakers are very loud. So it could be just an issue because this is a review unit and it's been with other people before. I don't know. So I'll let my Samsung people know. But it's weird that the ring volume would be a tad lower than like when I crank up the volume when I'm watching videos and everything. Let's bring up some video here. Again, you have a 120 hertz panel here. You guys can't see it properly, but it's super smooth. It doesn't translate here, obviously. So let me bring up some YouTube here. I'll just go to my own channel because I don't want to get in trouble. Oh, you know what? I got the airplane mode on. All right, airplane mode off. All right, back online. And again, beautiful panel. Ta-da! All right, let's go to... Let's go to Field Day. If you guys haven't watched this yet, you should. So, let me put this on here. So, here's a video you guys should watch the other day. Now, I did this in 4K. So that's why it's completely out to the edges here. I did this in 4K and formatted it for 2x1. But again, you can bring it out like that if you want to. Or back there, that's regular 16:9, but this is 2x1 format, so it takes up all the edges there. And I'm hoping that that video is translating. You guys can see how the color is a little bit off on this overhead here. And I turn up the volume here so you guys can hear how loud it is. Oh, let me turn down the music here. You guys hear that?
Check this out. I'm literally in the middle of nowhere. All these dots represent places around Calgary. I'm over here, somewhere on
Yeah, I went out to middle of nowhere. But yeah, beautiful picture and everything. Looks really good. If you haven't watched this video yet, go watch it, okay? I had a fun time making this. With the moment lenses and everything. So there you guys go. And turn the music back on. We're going to skip ahead of tune here. All right. Anyway, we'll go ahead and lock that up. Yeah, so like I said, the ring volume seems to be a little bit low. Again, I think it might just be that unit. Obviously, when you're zooming in to 10x and beyond with your camera, just like with any device really, you want to make sure you're using some sort of stabilization. If you go beyond 9x, 9 zoom in, you're going to want to introduce like a tripod for stabilization, no matter how still you try to stay, okay? Because even the slightest wobble is going to throw it off. It does have the optical image stabilization, but it's not going to save you the whole way, right? That's really it right now that I've found so far. I do need to do some night photo taking, which I'll probably head out and do tonight. I do need to test out the macro settings, like taking some macro photos, and that's pretty much it. The full review of this will be up on Sunday. I'm I'm aiming for Sunday, hopefully Sunday. I've slowly been putting things together, my thoughts and everything. So we'll see. We'll see. Let's go through the chat here. See what else you guys are saying, and then we'll go from there. We'll talk about the Shaw thing. Maybe I'll talk about the Shaw thing. I'm not sure if I really should talk about the Shaw thing. It doesn't relate to most of you guys. I don't think you guys want to hear me complain too much. All right. I'm seeing stuff that's not really... okay. Van has some massive movie productions here. Yeah. Film productions, yeah. Beautiful set, because like around Vancouver, you get like the mountain backgrounds, and then it's very Seattle-ish kind of looking, right? Yeah, Trailer Park Boys was out east. Yeah, Trailer Park Boys is awesome, man. Watch like the original seasons from way back in the day. It was awesome. Is it still on? Anyway, Big Mosley coming through. How you doing, man? Glad you're here. Complain. I love it. All right, Big Moss says, got my FedEx shipping info for the Fold 3 in green today. Yes. Dude, make sure, I think you're on Twitter, so make sure you tweet me a picture of like what it looks like and everything. Like tag me or tag me on Instagram or something like that. I want to see it, man. I want to see that green. I want to see like a real picture of the green, you know? All right, people. So, let me talk about the Shaw thing. All right. So, if you're not from Canada, you probably don't even know who I'm talking about. I live out west. Okay? I'm not near Toronto. I'm like a 4.5, 5 hour flight from Toronto, okay? Or like a 2-day drive, okay? It takes me 13 hours to drive, well, maybe 11 hours, depending on how fast I go, to drive from Calgary to Vancouver. I'm in Alberta, so if you find Montana, look north. I'm in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And up here, one of the major internet providers is called Shaw Cable, okay? I'm actually a former employee. I used to be an employee of theirs. I worked for them for 4 or 5 years, close to 5 years, 4 years and 9 months, I think, or something like that. I have to check. It was a long time ago. Anyway, I used to work in their customer service department. I worked technical. I did provisioning for phones, things like that. Right? That's great. One of the other internet providers out here is called TELUS. Now, TELUS also does phone service. They do phone service. They do mobile service, so TELUS Mobility, and they also do fiber service. They haven't always done fiber. But recently, in the last year or so, they've installed fiber in most of the neighborhoods in Calgary where I live. And if you wanted fast internet, you really only had one choice with going to Shaw. Now you can go to TELUS. Now, backing up about 3 years or so, closer to 4 years. For the last 4 years, my wife and I have been fighting with Shaw, again, a company that's supposed to be providing service, to fix our internet line. Basically, there's these pedestals in the back alley where they run their trunk lines to, and then they split those coax lines off to each house. That's how cable internet basically works. Our cable line was never buried properly. In fact, it was probably put here in the 80s. This house was built in 76. There's a good chance that cable line came in when Shaw came in around 1981 or 82. They didn't run the line into a proper conduit, and they basically buried it. So it's a physical line under the ground, like so it can be damaged. And of course, if that's the original line, which is what's coming into the house, I mean, if it was buried in 1982, that's old, right? 30 plus years. So anyway, we've always had these problems. They brought in boosters for us. They've changed different things in the house and everything until finally one tech realized, oh, it's because you have a line under the ground. Okay, so you guys know how much I hate this song. It always queues up and I hate it. So you guys know that... where was I going with my thoughts here? So, physical line underground, right? Physical line underground. So they're like, okay, we're going to give you a temp line. And that literally is what it is. They literally take the line, the same sort of cable that you can go out and buy, okay? So like residential style cable. It's not even enforced. It's not even reinforced. They ran it physically across the back alley on the ground where cars and trucks are going all the time. We have a paved back alley, thankfully. Ran it there, and then up along the side of our fence, across, and then into our house, like into where the existing line is going. Not even into they didn't bury it properly, because they have to properly dig and everything. They have to dig the city property, which is the back alley, and then they also have to dig and trench it and put it through a proper conduit on our property. So we got a temp line. But I have to call Shaw like every 10 days, come out and replace the line, come out and replace the line. because cars, weathering, snow, water, everything affects it. So I'm always calling Sean. I'm like, replace the line, refund my money. I'm not getting the service I want. You guys know there's been times where like it just rains outside and I have no internet. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So that goes on for about 2 years. Last summer, TELUS started putting fiber into our neighborhoods. They start putting fiber in our neighborhoods. I'm like, yes, all right. So, we're going to leave Shaw. Well, I'm in an agreement with Shaw until October of this year. Fast forward this year. I started calling Shaw in November last year saying, hey, your buddies have literally put fiber in our neighborhood. Like, we have the fiber line. It's up to the house. Like, the line, like, they did all the digging and everything. Real simple. Proper. Like, our neighbors across the street got it. My next door neighbors and everything. Like, a bunch of my neighbors all have it, and they love it. They absolutely love it. So they're getting a gig down and a gig up, right? It's awesome. Awesome TV service, right? Right now with Shaw, I'm getting a gig down, but only 100 megabits up, max. I'm getting up to 1 gigabyte, and usually around 850 megabits. So we'll say 850 down, and 100 if I'm lucky up. That's it. That's the max they can do, because it's copper, right? Because it's cable. So I started calling Shaw last November. I'm like, listen, get this done. Otherwise, I'm gone in a year. Get this done. Get this done. I keep on calling. They keep on replacing lines. Finally, last month rolls around, July. Shaw finally calls up. We got a construction ticket. We're going to come and bury the line. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. So they do the digging on my property, and they use a special machine to put the conduit down and run and everything. It's fine. They put down new grass seedling. There's not much damage. It's fine. So they've done that, and they've put the line basically out to the back alley. But they haven't done the back alley part, so we still have a temp line right now. We still have a temp line. I'm like, when are you guys going to bury this? You guys know that. And I just kept on getting hassle after hassle over the phone. So finally, one night, TELUS rings the doorbell. Literally rings my doorbell. A TELUS rep rings my doorbell. By the way, hello, Dave. I don't know if you're watching. He's like, we'll give you this, this package, a gig up, a gig down, and it's X amount of dollars. It's like $80 less than we're paying right now. It's locked in for 24 months, right? That locked in 24 months. I'm like, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it now. So we're getting installed tomorrow. The best part is TELUS is giving us enough credits to take care of the last couple of months with Shaw. It's like $40 or $60 to get out. There's more than enough with TELUS to take care of that. With the credits to take care of that. And yeah, fiber as of tomorrow. Optic TV, awesome. Now, if you're from Shaw watching this, here's ultimately why we changed. It had nothing to do with the speed. Shaw, it had nothing to do with the speed. I was good with 1 gig down, 100 up. I like the TV service. I'm a former employee. I know how this works. But your customer service fucking sucks. There goes the monetization. I apologize. Okay? When I get attitude, and yeah, we can't do anything about it. No, we're not going to do anything about it. And you finally dig up and put the lines in after your competitor comes through my neighborhood, that's insulting to me as a customer and to all your customers. You've taken way too much advantage of the people in Southern Alberta and Western Canada. Piss poor service. In fact, your whole customer service has gone down the tubes in the last 10 years, especially since I left. I'm not saying it's because of me, but I saw a huge difference in the last 10 years. It's pitiful. There was a time when I was an employee, we were empowered. We were allowed to make changes, to get things done, to get construction tickets done so services could get properly installed. We were allowed to follow up with construction teams and technical groups to find out, make sure things were getting installed, make sure things were working. You no longer empower your employees to do that. Some call center off in St. Catharines or maybe halfway across the world, it's embarrassing. Some nobody in Nanaimo has no idea how things work out here. That's the ultimate reason why we switched, because the customer service and because of the hassles of the last 4+ years we had to go around with getting this taken care of. So I'm more than happy to go to TELUS and rave about it. And yes, your people did try to keep me because I had to call up Shaw to transfer my email addresses from my account to my parents' account. By the way, my parents are switching in a year too, as soon as they're done in their neighborhood. So I got a year to get rid of those Shaw email addresses. Those are the only things that were possibly holding us back. Thank you for letting me switch them over to another account. I think legally you have to anyway. So the guy knew what was up. He sent me to retentions right away. And yeah, God bless his heart, tried his best to keep me. He's like, oh, I see you're a Shaw employee. You sure you want to go over? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I've done my research. I know what's involved with the pure fiber. I know what's involved with the installation. I know what we're going to get. And you know what? I see nothing but glowing reviews. I know where to check for the bad reviews. I know where to check for people complaining. It's not even about the speed. It's about how you guys treated us the last 4+ years with the crappy service. Having to get the line replaced every week. Having to call you and say, refund me because I wasn't getting the service. How would you like this? So I have to call Shaw. I have to call you every freaking week. Jeez, I'm so amped right now. I'm sorry, everybody. I have to call you every week to get services refunded or credits back because I'm not getting full service. What if I were not to pay my full bill? I mean, isn't that fair? You're not giving me full service. So maybe I should only pay you partial. You're only giving me partial service. So maybe I should pay you partially the bill. I can't do that though, right? 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 It's up to me as a customer to complain and, right? You know, never mind how many times this guy's called in. And these are legitimate complaints. You guys can see the drop-offs in the service. You guys can see the levels. But like I said, I think the thing that bothers me the most is the fact that you guys didn't do anything or didn't want to do anything until I started saying, your boys from Telus are here. Your boys from Telus are here. Hey, there's fiber here. And you guys know fiber is getting installed. You guys know. Too late, man. You got to be proactive. You cannot be reactive in the customer service world anymore. You got to be proactive. If you have those red flags, customers called 6 times this week. Construction tickets. You know, the worst part is, one of the worst parts too is like how many of your reps I've called into and there's no notes taken by those reps. I don't know what they're doing on their keyboards. The next rep I talk, I don't see any notes here about you calling in 3 days ago. Are you freaking kidding me? I was on the phone with them for 45 minutes. After having to get a call back after 2 hours. Anyway. People, fiber. I'm sorry, everybody. And I know that like has nothing to do with the stream here and everything like that. And if my Samsung people are watching, hey, I apologize. I'm going to have to put a big timestamp in there. I'm going to make sure I send this rant and I tag. I already did a thread today. I'm going to specifically put this. I'm going to put it on Twitter. I don't care. I think it's one of the best ways to get through to them. Because you know what's going to happen is I'm going to get a phone call now after my services. Oh, but this is the best part. Telus will discontinue my service for me. They're going to call Shaw and tell him to go whatever, right? I don't even have to cut it off. Telus is going to do it for me. I apologize about the language there, guys. I was just really fed up. Probably killed the monetization for the video. We take super chats here. Anyway, A52 5G. Hey, man. Gino says, boom. Dude, seriously. Seriously, like I said, it's not even about like the bad internet services. And this is when I'm on the phone with the Shaw guy, like he's trying to keep me, right? Oh, we're gonna have this or we're gonna have these kind of no. Just like cell phones, you do not buy into services and whatever based on the promise or this is what we're going to do. You buy into it based on what they're doing now. Anyway, I'm gonna go through the chat here. See what you guys are saying. if you, yeah, I was in TSR. I was TSR. I did inside sales and I did phone provisioning. Actually, when they were first rolling out Shaw, phone service to Northern Calgary and Airdrie, I was part of that team. I think I set up something like 300 phone lines in one day. It was amazing when we launched their phone service in Airdrie. Awesome. Anyway, yeah, shout out to provider. Yeah. Excuse me. Jeepers, that is lazy cable management, just like the Verge DIY custom piece. Dude, that video is hilarious. You know what's even better is someone did a video of like everybody else's reactions to that build. Oh, it's amazing. Septi, I know you've seen it, man. Like with all the other people reacting, I know you've seen it. Mike Anish, how you doing? McAnish, I don't know if you've got. Do you have Shaw down in Medicine Hat? Remind me. If you do, you heard my story. Oh, that's so good. Man. Gino says, yeah, I got that 1 gig down back in the day deal for like $35 a month Canadian. Yeah. Yeah, ours is like, it's like dirt cheap. And we got the Optic TV coming in. It's funny with the Optic TV, we basically took like the basic stuff and basically just movie stuff and like time shifting. Because really, we watch Law and Order, MasterChef, Hell's Kitchen. I think my wife watches a show called FBI, or Numbers or something like that, or Criminal Minds or whatever. And that's it, right? Oh, I've got TSN, Sportsnet, obviously, for the sports and everything. That's it. Shaw sounds like the villain in an 80s comedy. No, like, they're good people. Like, the people, it's not the employee's fault. It's the management's fault. J.R. Shaw, one of the founder of Shaw Cable, he passed away a few years ago. I knew him personally. We used to talk all the time at the Christmas parties. I was really upset when he passed away. He was older. But now his son, Brad, is like in charge. And by the way, Shaw's trying to sell their services. They're trying to sell themselves off basically to Rogers, which is one of the big three up here in Canada. Brad's a dick, okay? I don't like Brad. Brad Shaw's a dork, okay? And he's one of the reasons why things have gone downhill. He outsourced all the customer service and everything to St. Catharines and everything, killed a bunch of jobs in Calgary and everything, and then tried to rebuild things up in Kelowna, Nanaimo, Victoria again, here in Calgary. Zach cussing, apologize, so Canadian. Yeah, dude. Oh, man. I like fed up Zach. Anyway. You shouldn't have to threaten to leave before they pay attention, dude. Exactly. I'm bringing you a legitimate concern. I'm not just looking for freebies. Like, our service isn't working, and when you have your wife working from home and I work from home, doing this and other things, and your kids are at home because of school, because of the pandemic and everything, like, you need stuff that works, right? I don't pay you $200 a month to get like half service. It's ridiculous. Anyway. You've seen Sun. Yeah. Okay, you got Telus? There you go. Zach, remember the employee discount Shaw services? Man, I got that and got Shaw internet. I got that and got Shaw services, so I missed my Telus ADSL connection. Much saturated in my area. No to no. Yeah. Drop connections. Yeah. I remember those days, man. I'm glad to hear that, Don. I'm really glad to hear that. Like, and I trust you coming back with that, man. That's awesome. Yeah, the Shaw family, for the most part, is pretty cool. I just remember when JR passed away. I was like, oh, man. Because I actually have pictures from, like, Christmas parties. And, like, having a beer with him and everything. He was really cool, man. He used to come around to, like, every table. And, like, he would know everybody. Like, every employee at every office. He knew everybody. Hey, Zach, how's it going? How's your kid? Like, what? Dude remembers me? That's awesome, man. The reactions to some custom PG were great. The Aussie did a common sense approach. Why would upload a sponsor video takes so many mistakes? I don't know how that video passed, man. I really don't. And the worst part is, like, how The Verge had tried to get people, how they try to get, like, people's, like, I think it was reaction videos taken down, or like criticisms of the build. That was terrible. Terrible optics there. Technology have happened. Bad customer service is a culture issue and shouldn't happen. Dude, boom. Yeah, exactly. Right? Like I said before, we used to be empowered as employees and things could get done. Things would get done. We were given the responsibilities of following up with technicians and everything, make sure things are done. Like, you can tell when you talk to some of these customer service reps, and I don't know if they've had a bad day. I don't know because they're paid bad. I don't know if it's because of poor management. Probably because of poor management. People don't leave jobs. They leave bad managers. Okay, like, there's been variations of that said throughout history, but people don't leave jobs. They leave bad management. It's truth. It's why I left it's one of the reasons why I left my last employer. Okay. Yeah. But you can tell when you talk on the phone with some of these people, they just, whatever, they don't care. Only once in a while did I actually get a Shaw employee that actually really did care. And I could tell they cared because things would happen after. Things would get fixed. Right? I can see the frustration in the eyes of the technicians that would come here, and I'm always very nice. Do you want a coffee? You want a water? Whatever. I chit chat with them. I never, ever, 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 because I know what it feels like. I never, ever, ever got like yelling angry at any of these employees or anything. I got very stern on the phone. I never cussed. You know, I pay you so much for a service, you should be delivering it. And if you're not delivering it, you should fix it. It's pretty simple. Anyway, that's the Shaw thing. Yeah. Yeah, I heard Canada has 3 or 4 carriers, Rogers. Yeah, so our big 3 up here are Rogers, TELUS, and Bell. And then off of those 3, they have their own sub-brands. They're owned by them, but they're separate companies. So TELUS has Kudo, Rogers has Fido, Bell has Virgin. Okay, and then there's like Shaw has their own mobile service, but it's basically only for people that live in like Alberta and BC. And from what I've understood, actually my mother-in-law has Shaw Mobile because they bought a bunch of bandwidth or frequencies and everything like that back in the day. When she went to Saskatchewan recently, it was just last month, she couldn't get text messages with pictures because she was quote unquote roaming. So that's like a local carrier, and like in Quebec, they have another carrier called Videotron. I think they're called Videotron, Video something. There's a bunch of other little ones like that. But yeah, we don't have the selection like you guys do in the United States. Dude, 4K NHL is gonna be amazing. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Anyway, people, still need to do some night testing with this. I'll probably do it tomorrow night. Still need to take some macro photos with this. And then, like I said, I'm gunning for the full review to come up for you guys on Sunday. So that'll be the next thing you guys see from me. Make sure you guys are tuning in on the the community the community tab there on YouTube. I've been posting a lot of stuff that's on Twitter on there, stuff that's on Instagram. So there's gonna be a lot more postings on there. If you're not on Instagram or Twitter, you know, make sure you're checking that out. And if you are on Instagram and Twitter, make sure you guys are following me. I'm posting images of devices and things that are coming up. I'm obviously very accessible on Twitter and through the community tab. So if you need to get in touch with me, go ahead, tag me, whatever you need to do to get in touch if you need to. And yeah, Sunday will be a video drop. As you guys know, the regular schedule is Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10:15 Eastern. That's 9:15 Central, 8:15 Mountain, 7:15 p.m. Pacific. That's Tuesdays and Thursdays. Video drop on Sundays, so be watching for that, okay? If there's any sort of delay with this or whatever, I'll push it till Monday. I'll let you guys know. I'll post something, but I am gunning for Sunday. The schedule right now, and we've been pretty good with it so far, Sunday video drop, streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Anyway, thanks for hearing me out today, guys. I really do appreciate it. You guys all take care of yourselves. I'll catch you guys on the socials. Take care. Cheers.